Hello everyone, welcome to my web design tutorial. In this video, I'll be showing you guys how to create a simple login form using HTML and CSS. So without much ado, as you can see here, I have my HTML page already open and I link it up to my CSS page over here. So without much ado, we go back to our HTML body now, our HTML page. Then we go back to the body element. Inside the body element, we create a div. And this div now, we are going to give it a class of login page, because that's what we are creating, a login page. Then we give it a heading of student login. The heading is student login. Then beneath the heading now, we go down, we create our form now. Use the font element. Inside the font elements now, we create an open and close tag. Inside the tag, we use the input type, which for this very one we are going to be dealing with our name, so we use text here for the name, then a placeholder of enter a name. Then we copy this, we use the break tag. We open another tag again. Inside the tag, we use an input type, which the type is going to be username equals to username. Placeholder now, we're going to give it enter a username. We save it, go back to our browser, we refresh it. So as you can see now, our form is actually good looking. We'll go back to our Visual Studio Code. Inside the Visual Studio Code, we use another break tag again for the next line now. Then we click, then we use another input tag. But for this tag now, we are going to be using a password. So instead of giving it input type to be text, we use passwords and not text. Then a placeholder of enter your password. Then you save it, go back to the browser now and refresh it. But now, password is supposed to be hidden. That is why instead of using text, we use password. So once we type a password here, as you can see by default, or as you can see here, we are not going to see the text here. It is hidden, and that's how it's supposed to be. So we go back to we refresh it. We go back to our browser again. Then we use the break tag here again. Outside the break tag, we create another input tag. For this tag now, is going to be submit, because we want to submit the form. Then we give the value of the form now. The value of the form now is going to be login. Then we save it. We'll go back to our browser to see what we are doing. We save it. As you can see, the text suite for the name is there, the username, the password, and the login button is there. So once we submit now, as you can see, it will refresh. So we go back to our Visual Studio Code. Outside the form element or the form tag, we create a P now. Inside this P, we call this P for those who don't have accounts. They can use this paragraph, and if don't have an account, then use the link inside the link to register. Go back to our browser now. We refresh it now. So as you can see, everything is The HTML body is complete now. We have the heading of the login page, which is student record. We have 3 fields here. One is for the name, and the other one is for the second one is for the username, then the third one is for the password, and then we have the submit button here. Then we have for those who don't have account with us. Assuming you came to this place now, you don't have an account now, you can just click here, register here now, directly to take you to a place or another form where you can register for your form. Then we go back to our Visual Studio now. Then in order to involve the CSS now, we just go back to, let me increase the CSS page here. We'll go back to the CSS. For the body of the website of the page, we want to give it a background color of theme. Then we'll make the color a bit darker. Then we save it. We go back there to the browser, then we refresh it. As you can see, the body of our browser now have changed color. Then we go back to our CSS page. Then we call the class login. The class login for the form. Inside the class login, what do we want to do here? We want to add a background color. The background color is going to be this thing now, but it's going to be light. Then we save it. Go back to our browser, we refresh it. As you can see, the background color is there. Then we give it, then we want to move it now. Then we give it a width of 50% and a height of 50 view height. Then you save it here. Go back to our browser, we refresh it. As you can see, our form is almost done. It's better you always refresh it so that you see what you're doing. Then you go back to our Visual Studio Code now. Going back to our Visual Studio Code now, then we use the position. We use the position. Then we use position absolute. Then we give it left 50%. We want to move it left 50%. And top to be 50%. So as you can see, if we refresh it, our form is here. So in order for we now to place our form now in the middle of our browser, now we go back to our Visual Studio. We use the translate. We use translate now. We give it -50. -50% minus 50%. We save it now. Go back to our browser and then we refresh it. As you can see, our form now is placed at the middle of our browser, and that is what we wanted. So we go back to the form. Then for the H4 now, for the H4, we open Colu Basics. For the H4 now, we are going to give it a letter spacing, which I use a lot of 4 pz, so that the letter there will be spacing between them, as you can see here. Then for this very login now, we want to place the text alignment now to be set to centered. We want to move everything onto the center. Then we save it here. We go back to our browser, we refresh. As you can see, everything is placed now at the center. Then we go back to our Visual Studio now. We go to edit the input now. Then we give it the type. Want to use inputs now be equals to the semicolon. Then we give it text, comma, another input here. The type here, we give it the password. So we want to give the text fields and the password field a width of 80%. Then we give it a height of 23 px. Then we save it, go back to our browser and refresh it. As you can see, everything is good looking. Sorry, my bad. Text here, go back, refresh it. As you can see, our form is almost done now. So what we need to do here now is for us to go back to the margin now, because we want to give it a space now of 10 pixels. Go back to our browser and refresh it. Then we remove the border now. We set border now. We are going to set the border now for the text field, and the password now we are going to set it now to be none. Save it, go back to our browser, then we save it. As you can see, so now we want to increase the size now and the height of the submit button now. So what we need to do now is for we to just go for this the text field and the password. I want to give it a letter spacing, of 3 px. Then we save it. As you can see, the spacing have appeared. Then we go back to our Visual Studio, click. Then on the input type now, we want to edit the submit button. The type will be equals to submit. You will give it a width of 82% and the height of 24 px. Then we go back to our browser, we save it. As you can see, our form is good looking. Then all we need to do back here again is for we to go back to the submit button. Then we'll give it a background color of gold. Then we'll give it a letter spacing now of 5 px. Go back to our browser, then we save it. This part will reduce the height to the width to 81%. Go back to our browser and refresh it. Voila, as you can see, it's good looking here. So for the link now and for the paragraph now, all we need to do is just a little touch of the paragraph. We give it letter spacing of 3 px. Then for the link again, we're going to give the link now a color white, for the text. Then we refresh it now. As you can see, our login page is good to go here. I hope you find this video helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I will see you on my next video. Thank you.